Welcome to the junkyard.
Where was the energy with that? Come
Yeah,
on,
wow,
man.
that was lame.
Come
Welcome
on, man.
to the junkyard.
There you go.
That was so lame.
Okay, folks.
That one was lame.
The whole thing.
I did it way better than
No,
last
I think you're doing great, Noah. I think you're doing great. I see that.
Dude is dying.
One of our hosts is dying, but we're
He's got
still
the
bringing you
whooping cough.
content, folks.
3 of the 4 hosts are dying. What do you mean?
Oh yeah.
Everyone-
Ever since I got the monster energy in me, it's been fine. So
Every time I have to go into a coughing spasm, I'm just gonna mute my mic.
Yeah, that you should do that. Yeah,
That'd be very helpful.
he's got the whooping cough.
Yeah, for sure. I have
It's
what
not
they
a
call
joke.
it. I have what
It's
they
not a
call the
joke.
frat flu.
There's whooping cough on my campus.
I
Okay.
just
Are we
so
on
it
the
made
same
it all the
campus?
way to New York.
Yeah, it did. Matthew.
All right, well,
Can
guys.
I get a start, Matthew?
Yeah, what do we think about stuff and things, huh? As we talk about on our podcast.
I'm waiting for the host.
I'm waiting for CEO, HR, all the guy.
Yeah, can you do something, Matthew?
Speak. You're giggling over there. Okay.
He did not just put the finger up. What is he doing? What are you
I
doing?
don't know. Matthew, are we using this?
Ah,
Why
There we
is he... You're not even acknowledging us.
Matthew Norton.
Josh! Okay.
okay, we'll get right into it, folks.
Okay,
And by
thanks.
right into it, I mean we'll start 5 minutes late.
Yeah, we're 2 minutes in, right into it.
Yeah, so right, yeah, we'll get right into it. Well, I was gonna talk about our first point was how X is succeeding. Fuck,
First
not
of all-
succeeding.
First of all, Twitter.
Yeah.
I refuse to call it X.
You know, you do have a point,
What do I know?
You don't know anything.
but also, get
Okay.
rizzed.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
I should have considered
Yeah,
that.
you know the audience can't see
The
you
audience,
near the
they
camera,
can definitely
but-
see what he did.
Yeah.
Okay, as I was saying, X is succeeding, as in Twitter.
It's seceding from the union.
Yeah,
the
it's
nation.
succeeding. It's succeeding.
Oh my god.
It's succeeding because basically what they did was they when you cut 80% of your company and you still turn generally relatively the same amount of profit, you tend to make more money.
I thought they've been making way less money.
No, because so what happened was originally the original advertisers dropped the company because there's content on Twitter that they didn't agree with. But then
Yeah,
they got
that's-
new advertisers.
Yeah, it's all the porn site advertisers. That's all they
Hey.
can get now.
Hey, the
it is
stocks the stocks don't care. As long as they turn a profit, they do not care.
Listen, you open up Twitter, the first thing you see is something racist, sexist,
Well,
or
like-
homophobic.
Well, like
All of the
Meta,
above.
for example, right now, or like if you don't know who Meta is, it's basically the Facebook group, and Meta is going through a lot of layoffs, which I don't think is necessarily good for the industry. But obviously,
their
they're not
VR
key
stuff-
workers.
Their VR stuff has not been doing well, and I think
The
the
metaverse
rates.
stuff.
Yeah, the metaverse stuff is not going well, and I also think that they don't have a good reputation anymore after all the stuff went down with the government suing them.
I actually thought I've seen stuff
That
for
happened
the
a bit
first
ago.
time. For the first time, ever, people like Mark Zuckerberg because he changed his fits and got a haircut that is not awful.
Smoking
And-
meats.
And that's
Smoke some
all he
meats.
needed for
I'm
people to be
smoking these
like,
meats. Yeah.
he is
Smoking these
okay.
meats.
And also, he drinks beer.
He drinks beer.
It's,
Ordinary guy is what we're trying to say.
Yeah, he's no longer a robot.
he had to download the latest moveset.
Yeah. He finally, in the latest update, is it a coincidence that once AI started getting good, he started acting human? I'm just gonna point that out.
Damn,
Just gonna point that out.
conspiracy theories.
I don't think it's a conspiracy theory.
It's just the truth.
Yeah.
I do think that I mean, I don't know, like X, it might be like succeeding on paper, but as someone who used Twitter for like a long time, I could only handle it under like X policies for like a few months before I just deleted it. Like
Dude, I'm still on Twitter every day.
I've never used it, so I don't really know.
I just got so tired of it. Like you used to see people's actual opinions because people would get upvoted if other people agreed with them, but then with the whole verification thing where your responses went to the top. Like
Oh yeah,
every
Twitter
time I
Blue.
try and look at how people are feeling about something, it would just be an OnlyFans model trying to get more people to subscribe. Which like I'm not hating on the OnlyFans model because like that's a legitimate business whether
Dude, if
people
I
like that
could,
or
I
not.
would.
Yeah, but like I do hate that the app where I used to go to like kind of here's people's thoughts and like go into different echo chambers and see what people are thinking, and now it's just porn everywhere.
Porn
And
or
for
politics?
yeah, and for me that lost a lot of its appeal. Yeah, because a lot of the stuff I looked at was just like pop culture stuff, like
Yeah, me too.
movies and games, and now it's just like, oh, the cool Warhammer post. Oh, and now there's 30 million porn accounts
God,
underneath.
chat. We love
Oh.
Warhammer. I need to say that right now. Shout out Warhammer.
Shout out to Warhammer.
Yeah, but
the
I hate
Yeah.
Games
humongous game.
Workshop. Do not buy your miniatures from Games Workshops. Get the freelance models and
Not
then
sponsored.
use their rules. Because Games Workshop, they're a bunch of pieces of shit,
Dang.
and I will not support their business.
Imagine they
Anyway.
sue it for defamation.
What? They can't sue me for defamation.
They can try.
They certainly can try.
I mean,
Yeah, they
it's
could.
an opinion. He's not stating that that is the case.
I'm not stating that,
Like, if he was to say allegedly they're a scam, then that's different. But if he's just saying he doesn't like them, then that's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Does anyone have much more to say on this topic? Like, I just feel like I personally don't care that
I
much.
love
I don't
Twitter
use
in
Facebook
small
or
amounts.
Twitter, so
Yeah.
Twitter can be really funny until it's not, and then it's awful.
Yeah, it's just usually awful though.
Yeah.
I feel
but,
like
for a
I feel
good-
like I feel like they would have been fine if they wouldn't have done like I feel like they would have been fine if they didn't do the thing with the verification where you pay $8 a month or something
Yeah, it's something
Yeah.
like that.
for that blue check mark, and then all of a sudden you're some important person or your opinion's more important than somebody else's.
But what it actually did was did the complete opposite. If you used to be
Yeah.
verified on Twitter, like people had
Used to mean
at least
something?
a little bit of a reason to listen to you, or like you could tell that this person like has an actual following, but now it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, you just
No.
gotta scroll past the blue check marks.
Which like I guess you always used to in the past, but at least that was like different. You were scrolling past
Mm.
them because they were cringe, but now you're scrolling past them because you know that they pay $8 a month to use Twitter, and that's just embarrassing. And I don't want to
Yeah.
hear their opinions.
that's embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
Addison.
Embarrassing, mate.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
embarrassing me.
Other than what was already said, I don't have much to like add.
The Twitter.
Tweeter.
Valid.
Tweeter.
I'll move it on to the next point, my point, which we kind of like referenced at the start of this episode. But the difference in being sick in high school and being sick in college. Because like, I don't know about you guys, but when I was sick in high school, I wasn't like happy I was sick, but I was like, oh no, I don't have to go to school. Oh
Yeah,
no,
I
how
guess
terrible.
I'll just stay home and
Yeah,
enjoy my
and now
time.
like today I didn't go to class and like I actually think I'm cooked. Like I have a test on Monday and like I'm afraid. I'm fearing for my life.
That's
Okay,
valid.
what I will say is that what I don't like about being sick about in college is that in certain classes where you do have an attendance based grade, like as in part of your overall grade is attendance, when you have to fill out paperwork in order to get that class excused because you were actually sick, it's just so annoying. I'd rather
Oh,
just
yeah.
not get it excused.
I think I actually I actually need to get a doctor's note to like excuse being sick for some of my classes,
Yeah, and it's just like,
and like get an extension on the work I missed.
it's just
Well,
like
yeah.
it's just annoying. Like, it's not even about the workload. Like, I can do the work when I'm sick. That's not the problem. It's the fact that I have to go through all these loopholes instead of just going to my teacher and saying, "Hey, I'm sick today. And then just making up the work and turning it in when everybody else has to turn it in.
Well, because like it's so strange because like I have like both types of classes. Like one of the lectures I didn't go to today has like I think like 100 people in it, and I can't remember anything in his syllabus about attendance. And like I don't know if he would even notice if I wasn't there, because there's so many people. So that one's fine. I had to sneeze. Hopefully, I muted my mic before that went off.
I heard
but
the
then in
start of
like,
it.
but then in like my French class, it's like it was 13 people. I think it's like 9 or 10 now.
Damn.
So like it's very noticeable if I'm not there. So I had to send my professor an email. And in the syllabus, I have 2 days of unverified absences that I can take. But then like I have another class where attendance is part of your grade, but he says if you're feeling sick, just email him, and he'll send you a video of that day's lecture, and then you just have to ask him questions about it.
Yeah.
So like I think it's very dependent on the professor.
I have a professor who like offers Zoom alternatives to the class, and will like live
Somebody
Damn.
get shot.
The cops are coming for Noah right now.
Yeah, like
no, I think that's an ambulance.
You were saying?
Someone's probably been shot. I don't know. Oh yeah, like they'll just like record the class as it's going, so you can watch. But a lot of my classes has like a quota on how many days you can miss.
Hmm.
And I'm not sure if it's like how many unexcused absences you can have, or if it's how many absences you can have before they start affecting your grade. Either way, it makes it kind of annoying to miss stuff because I've been sick and I missed 2 days of school this week.
Ugh.
And you don't miss much, but it has a large impact, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, and I'm bumming because I'm in the marching band, and tomorrow there's a football game going on, a home football game. And if I'm sick tomorrow, I can't be part of the halftime show or the free game or anything. And I spend 10 hours a week like at marching band rehearsal, so if I can't make it to a game, that's a waste of a lot of time and a lot of effort.
Yeah. I've been really lucky. My roommate has been sick for a couple weeks now, and I've still not gotten it.
Has he gone to a doctor?
Yeah, I think so. He's like on like antibiotics and stuff, and I've been really lucky. Not gotten sick. I have not missed class once yet. I've only slept through half of a class and gotten there late to take an exam.
Well, there you go.
I think it's because you already had the sickness. You built the antibodies in the game.
I don't think so. I haven't been sick in a couple months at this point.
Knock on wood. Noah, you are muted. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
I did forget I muted myself. Whatever. What I said was so situational. Doesn't even
I
matter.
just see him flapping his gums, but there's no sound coming out.
Flapping his gums.
That's so mean of you to say.
But it's definitely different. It's I miss like in high school. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
I
like you
feel-
can miss, but then you like they'll do it, and
I
no
feel
one
like
cares.
if I was sick, I'd probably I wouldn't obviously if I'm super sick, I'll skip class because I'm not gonna try and get other people sick, and I don't want to just pass out during class. But I think the most I'd miss while being sick is like hanging out with people, like missing out on social stuff.
I don't know. I'm a big proponent of not going out if you're sick. Like if you don't feel well, stay home.
Yeah.
Don't give it to other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was starting to feel sick on Monday, I wore a mask to the club meeting I went to. What day did I say? Monday?
Yeah.
Okay, I was making sure I didn't say a day that was wrong. It was Monday.
God forbid
Bros,
you lied to us.
He's so sick that he's lost his sense of time.
I lost my sense of time since I came here to college. Like I don't know what day it is anymore. Like
You
it's
probably
already
should.
Friday.
How do you know
It's
what classes
Friday.
you have?
I just know that I think about the day and what the day feels like, and I'm like, this is the classes I have to go
Today
to right now.
feels like
That's
this
wild.
schedule.
That's actually wild.
And it's like I know what classes I had yesterday, and so I know.
So what do you do
classes
on
I have
Monday?
today. I'm like, well, the weekend's over.
What?
He's like, well, the weekend's over. Time to,
Guess I
time
gotta
to
go
go
to
back
class.
to school, guys. This
I don't know
kid
about
doesn't
you
have a
guys.
class till 2 p.m. which is wild to me.
on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
By the way, wild to me, because my school starts 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. every day.
I love staying up till 2:30 in the morning to go to my 8 a.m. 8:30 class.
I love
awful.
staying up till 2 a.m. to go to my 2 p.m. class.
I hate you.
Yeah, wow, you're so
I'm so
difficult.
brave.
So
brave.
He's such
So
a
brave.
he's such a
So
bad
brave.
boy.
So brave.
He's
Oh
such a
my
bad
God.
boy staying up late.
He's just so cool
Um,
like that. He's so cool.
I don't know. I don't know how much else there's to say on being sick. It just sucks, you know.
Try not to do it, guys. Don't
It
get
just
sick.
kind of always
Wash
sucks,
your
actually.
hands.
Well, actually, in high school, you used to just like, I don't know, you could do literally jack all, and you'd be fine. Like your
Yeah.
parents, all your parents had to do was call the admissions lady and be like, "Hey, he's sick."
Hey, bitches, my son or daughter ain't coming to school today.
That's
yeah,
pretty much-
exactly like that. And then
Like-
in college, you have to like.
Send an email
I
to
mean,
every
it's
professor.
different for all colleges, but at my college, you have to fill out like freaking paperwork and send it to like the dean of whatever. This is
Dean of
annoying.
whatever.
I think I just gotta get. I just have to email my teachers, and if I'm missing classwork that I can't do outside of class, that's when I need the doctor's note. But I don't go to the doctor when I'm sick. That's not.
Yeah, I don't know who like does like.
It's other places of the world. It's very common. But here in America,
It's just
Yeah.
like I know I'm gonna
can't
get over it.
pay.
I don't feel like going.
That shit
Yeah, I
every
don't feel like
time
going
I
into
get
debt.
sick.
Don't feel like going into the debt because I have the flu.
Well, it's not even
Yeah, just because
that.
my
If
immune
you-
system sucks.
If you get like if you get like a prescription, right, you're gonna get charged like an insane amount of money for like just being a couple of days sick. It's like, come on now.
I do. This is a bit kind of off topic. I do actually need to go to the doctor because I a few weeks back I swung off of a rope into a river and I landed on my ear
Oh,
and I think it messed something up in there. So now anytime I go under the water and I'm facing the waves, my ears, or at least this one ear, immediately fills with water. Like instantly.
Man, you got messed up ears.
Oh,
Bro,
well, yeah, my ears were
destroyed.
already bad, and now they're just bad.
I don't,
So I
I
think
don't
I'll
know if y'all
actually
had
have
the
to
same
see a-
thing, but when I was a kid, I had to get these like what were they? Like put in my ears. They were
Like tubes?
Yeah, tubes.
Yeah, I had tubes in my ears.
Okay.
what?
Can't say. I
They're,
did.
it helps with, because I had like constant ear infections as a kid. That's why my ears are so awful now. And they help with like, I think drainage in your ears.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what they do.
Yeah.
But like when you're a kid, they eventually just like pop out or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can move to the next topic.
What was the next? Oh, I
Oh,
see.
It's great. It's part of
I
the
see.
fucking brain rot era that we live in.
I love brain rot so much.
My,
So-
my brain is rotted. I can confirm.
So there's a
Guys.
new term going around the fucking block called hag maxing. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is that?
I'm gonna
It's-
assume it's
To
when you look like
explain
an
it
old.
blatantly, it's when a really like a much older woman dates a guy who just turned like 18, 19 years old. It's
So, like
basically
a
like
cougar?
it's basically yeah, it's like
Matthew,
it's,
can you use it in a sentence like a spelling bee? Can you use hag maxing in a
Yeah.
sentence?
yeah, I'm not doing this shit.
Is,
so,
is it like she's hag maxing or like what's the
no,
what's the
it's
context?
he's hag maxing.
He's
Like,
Oh.
hag maxing.
yeah,
Oh.
because it's like a hag, like the old woman. Even
I
though
feel like
that's not what a hag is.
Noah, get
What
off
was
it.
that? Noah.
That was on purpose because we're talking about brain rot.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Can we get this guy out of here?
Yeah,
Can we
get
remove
outta
him
here.
from the podcast?
Stop
God, turn
it.
off.
We were talking about brain rot. I had to go find it.
Oh
You
my
did not,
god.
bro.
In
No,
my
you did not.
hag maxer era.
So
How
basically,
old does this woman have to be?
like it's over the age of like 32,
What?
32 is a hag?
That's not a.
and you're 18 or 19. It's basically like the male, the more of like the male equivalent. This was like a couple years ago. was like it's like when Leonardo DiCaprio dates somebody who's like just turns 20 or something.
As soon as they turn 25, they are out. No more.
Exactly.
So bros reverse hag mix.
Yeah, basically, it's like this
He's
is like the
being
term
hag-maxed.
used. What?
He's being hag maxed.
He's
Yeah.
being hag maxed. Oh god. So this is the first I've heard of this term. I like to keep
Same.
up to date with all the brain rot humor
Well,
because I think
I
just
literally
think it is
told
so
I literally
goddamn
told Will
hilarious.
and Noah when I found out about this, and it was like a day or so ago. It was so.
How did you find out about this?
I was just online scrolling on Instagram. I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And then I
It's 'cause
realized,
Matthew is a hag maxer. He's in his hag
Dude, I gotta
maxing
go
era.
to like
yeah,
what are those old people dating sites? I gotta find myself a hag.
Plenty of fish.
No.
Plenty of
how do you just know?
Will just knows
Yo,
off the
let's hit a
top of his
pause on
head.
that. How does he know?
eHarmony, that's the one I was thinking
Is
of.
eHarmony an old person
Yeah,
site?
it is. It is an old person dating site. I gotta go on eHarmony and find myself a hag.
Guys, when do we hop on Farmers Only?
Hag is such a
Last I
mean
checked,
way
none of us are
to
farmers.
I can become a farmer for Farmers Only.
No, but
Just-
we're all farmers. We're all from
Yeah, we all
Just,
farm potatoes.
just
potatoes.
calling somebody a hag is just so fucked up.
It feels
Like,
wrong.
to me.
Yeah, it
I don't
feels
know.
so
It's just
funny.
like
Well, it's like you're calling them like a witch,
A
basically.
witch.
You're
worse
a witch.
though. They eat children.
Yeah, I guess it's a little worse.
Just a tad bit.
They don't get to cast cool spells. They just eat children.
Yeah, they eat children and do a little bit of illusion magic. I think.
Yeah, but a big part of like this is like young men will do it, and it's like they basically just get like a sugar mommy, right? Like they'll date somebody older because
I just don't believe that like this is happening. I think
I'm
this is
sure
a
it's
word that some
happening.
8-year-old made
I don't
up.
know. I
And
don't know
all
if
his
the
8-year-old
word's real.
friends were
I
like,
literally searched it up last night. I was like, "What the fuck is hag maxing?" There are papers written about it.
no, they
Papers.
are not, bro.
There
Yes,
are
they are.
academic
Literally hag
papers.
maxing.
Let's
I'm
go
literally
to
hag maxing. He's like
what's
an
it
8-year-old
called?
woman.
Google Scholar. Hag maxing.
Literally, the Daily Dot wrote one.
Guys,
There is
there's
It
no
comes up.
there's no Google Scholar hag maxing papers.
You looked
Sadly,
up Google Scholar.
yeah, I had to pull up the Google Scholar.
Well, the Daily Dot has a paper
The
on
Daily Dot.
Noah's just dying. in the
Noah is
background.
dying. For anyone who's just listening, right? We are able to see ourselves for the first time.
Except
We have
for
our
me.
cameras going, except for Will. And every once in a while, Noah will mute his mic to cough, and we just watch him die in the background.
It's okay. It's okay. Guys, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
See, if I start coughing or sneezing, none of you will know. I'm so
I'll have a
incognito.
feeling.
I hope-
I can sense it.
I hope that your camera randomly just materializes.
I just get a camera.
The
out of
camera
Oh,
my-
yeah.
doesn't
camera.
have-
The camera not
Gets a-
on his
he gets a
computer.
camera.
Yeah, how about Canon materializes a better mic?
Listen,
Oh.
it is this site's fault. On OBS, it's fine. It is this
We should
site.
send Caden. We should all save up and buy him a
No,
Blue Yeti.
he can
I
save
ain't
up
paying for
himself.
shit.
Yeah,
It's okay, guys.
he can
I'm
be like
making
the
money
rest
soon.
of us and buy
I'm
a fucking
I'm
mic.
making money soon.
Matthew,
Wait,
do you
wha-
actually have like a professional mic?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh shoot.
Imagine.
I used to have one back in the day.
Sad, bro. Rip. They took it away from my homie. Hashtag free that mic.
For that mic, he did nothing wrong.
Exactly.
Free the mic.
Anyway, wait, Kaden, where are you getting a job?
I'm gonna work on campus. I've been looking at a couple jobs.
When the hell
So-
did Kate mention a job?
When did this come?
I
He
said I'm
once
making
I
money
get a
soon.
job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So I've been looking. What sucks is we are a bit into the year, right? So some stuff's already taken up.
Kaden, have you had a job before?
Noah's in the closet.
Noah is dying. Oh, he's going away.
No, he's just going in the closet like we didn't
Oh.
already know.
No.
Okay.
No,
well,
I have not.
well, we can
Kate,
move on
do you have
to
like
the
work
next
study, or
point.
is it just like a normal job?
It's just gonna be a normal job. I'll be working on campus though, because there's no point in riding into Honolulu to like taking the bus. and then be down there to the wee hours of the night and get mugged.
Yeah, most of the work study stuff I saw was all like STEM related, and I'm not a STEM major, so
Well, yeah, there's a lot of engineering work studies here,
Yeah.
but like
I'm
that's
hoping to
not
find a
me.
work study connected to the library because I like the library. That's fun.
The library and college. Let me say something between the library and
It's
college and the
actually
library
like
and
the
high
greatest
school.
place
Much
ever.
better.
I actually
Yeah,
study at
okay,
the library and
first of all-
college.
first
and
of
the
all,
library
our-
and high school
Our high
can
school
straight up eat
library,
it.
compared to other high school libraries, they could actually use theirs for stuff. Ours felt like a no-go zone.
Well, I mean, it was basically because they
Like-
did like a bunch of administration stuff in there. And
Yeah,
there
we
was
could
no-
never I
there's
never
no place
checked
to
out a
sit.
book from that library unless it was like a textbook.
Yeah.
I never felt very
well,
encouraged.
We averaged like 2 days a year in that fucking place. The first
No,
day we
'cause
went in
AP
there was to
testing,
pick up our
bro.
textbooks, and the second time was to drop them off.
Nah, bro, you have
You're
to add all the
forgetting
AP
AP.
testing time.
Yeah,
that
AP
we spent- and the
testing.
SAT.
Well, no, because half your AP testing or your SAT testing was either in
Nah, majority of mine was in the.
It was
the
all
assembly
over.
room
only had-
or in the
I only had one.
greenhouse.
In the assembly room.
Assembly room.
Not the assembly
You
room.
talking
I
the
meant
auditorium?
the
Oh yeah,
theater.
my first one was in the auditorium.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Same, but only
Almost
one
all
out
of-
of the.
almost all of
how many
mine
did we
were in the
take? Like
library.
6, 7 tests.
2 of the 7 tests I took were in the library.
You guys took 7?
Yeah, calculus
5.
wasn't in the library.
Yeah, and neither was stats, but all the rest of them were.
Oh,
No.
I guess you guys
A
took,
vast majority of
junior year
mine were in the
English.
greenhouse.
Yeah.
How many did you
That
take
was-
though?
So AP Environmental Science, greenhouse. AP Calculus, greenhouse. AP
You had,
Mac,
like-
greenhouse.
Macro was not in the green.
Macro was not. in
Yes,
the
it
green-
was.
Oh wait, year before. He took it the year before.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
AP US History. Where was that? Where we take
It was
Library.
in the library.
library? Where
Yeah.
was AP? The Englishes were also in the library, I want to say.
They were.
And then AP Gov was in the library.
Man,
sure
the
everyone wants
audience
to hear
must
about
love
this.
this tangent
Yeah.
we're going on.
I know. We get to talk about our high school days and
But-
only the tests.
Like I actually used the library in college. Like I was grinding out an essay yesterday in the library.
Yeah, I
I
spent
have
a lot of time.
not.
at the
I have
library.
not gone to the library once.
We
I do
were
all my
doing a
homework
group
and
project
studying.
in the library, and we got like we reserved a study room. It was so nice. Like you could just literally like you had a massive whiteboard you could work on, and it was
I
They're
do.
lit.
they're set up for you to be able to like study like efficiently.
I do all my studying and homework out on the lanai, which is definitely not the most peaceful place to do it because all my friends are there. But I get stuff done.
Bro's setting himself up for failure.
I have not. Listen, I've
Yes, it
been doing
makes-
great.
He has to make school harder. Okay, it's too easy. It's got to increase difficulty.
That's
here.
right. I am actively choosing to never sleep so that school is more difficult. What?
Okay.
No.
Well, maybe we should move on. But this next point is not mine. So
What? I don't know what this next point is.
Is the next
actually.
point the Menendez brothers one?
yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
Okay.
if you opened up the doc,
Yeah, yeah.
then you could see.
I don't. So I don't. None of you know who I'm talking about, right?
I'm
No,
googling
I
them
do.
right now.
You do.
It's,
Oh,
They're
these
like
guys.
the two brothers. Like I think they're. Are they?
Wait, is it
Hispanic?
the Island Boys?
No,
No.
It was
No.
the two Hispanic. It was the two Hispanic brothers that claimed to be sexually abused by their parents, and then killed them both.
What the hell? Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the boys killed the parents.
this is like
because-
back in the 90s or the 80s.
a long
And,
time ago, and they recently made a show about it.
That's what I saw. Yeah.
Basically, from what I've heard, the story is that one night, the older brother was sick of their shit. Told the younger brother, "Hey, keep quiet," and he got a shotgun and waited for them to get home, and then he shot them with the shotgun, and then called the cops, and basically said somebody ran out the back door. And so the cops thought it was a gang-related like activity because they didn't think it was the kids at first.
Mm.
Until the younger brother felt guilty enough and he came forward and said, "Yeah, we killed them."
Yeah.
Murdered.
Well,
He
so-
shot the parents. It was like 6 times, and then the other one 10 times.
Damn, that's a lot. So
Um,
what's your provocation for bringing this
so-
up for the pod?
I've been seeing a lot. I like remember hearing about it from like a long time ago, and the show came out, and I've been seeing a lot about the Menendez's like the brothers' response to the show. Like I don't see much about the actual show. But I see stuff about like how they reacted to it. They don't like it very much because it. I mean, I, it makes sense because I feel like it's representing a part of their lives that they don't really probably look fondly on, and
I would guess not.
Mm.
in any way, it's gonna be misrepresented in some way, like just no matter what. And so they claim, I think, that it paints them more as the villains of the story than they believe they are.
Well, I mean, I feel
Well,
like. So I
obviously.
guess my question is the show like a reenactment of it, or is it like a documentary?
It's a reenactment.
See,
Mm.
I just have a problem with those kinds of shows, just
Yeah.
generally.
What wasn't like Dahmer? Wasn't that what Dahmer was?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
kind of like glorify it in a
Yeah,
way,
because
which I don't
when
like.
And they
Dahmer came
also,
when Dahmer came out, there was like a bunch of people who were like defending him when that show came out.
Like, yeah. Well, and you cast someone like Evan Peters. I mean, like,
Yeah,
Evan Peters has a big following, and it's kind of the same thing. Like, I think this movie did slightly differently because the point wasn't to show like his killing. But if you take the Ted Bundy movie, which is like shockingly wicked, something extremely
yeah,
vile. It's not a
the
great
Zac
title.
Efron.
Yeah. So Zac Efron was cast as Ted Bundy, but that one's not like showing him doing the murders. That movie is about his relationship with one of his girlfriends, who like slowly came to understand what was going on. And so I feel like that one, it's still not great to cast Zac Efron as, the Robert Bundy, a terrible, terrible person. But like, at least in that case, they're not like showing him killing people and like making it seem, I don't know, like okay.
Yeah,
I guess you kind of see him kill one person at one part, but it's like it's definitely not a good thing.
mm.
yeah. They also like apparently I was reading about it a little bit. The show is like portraying because of like their sexual abuse. They're portraying the brothers as almost being sexual between the two of them,
I saw that.
and they vehemently deny that. The brothers claim not to have any sexual relationship with each other, but the show is depicting them as such.
Is there any evidence that's based off of, or is that just like
I
the
have
the
no idea
showrunners?
because I was just reading a little quick little article, and it was like they share a kiss in one episode, and
Oh,
then like are in the
weird.
bathtub or shower together in a different one. But the brothers claim to say that didn't happen.
I guess it's just a weird situation because like I like true crime, but I really struggle with like finding good true crime because the problem is it's so easy to like be like, oh, these killers are so cool, or like this guy
Mm.
killed 19 people, and like glamorize it, but like it's not cool. It shouldn't be glamorized. Like people, and especially if it's a
Well, I
situation where
also
like
think
parents are abusing children, like it's
I
just
think
complicated.
I think, yeah, but I think the situation is a little bit different. These guys, irrespective of what you think about them, they're not on the same level as serial killers. Does
I guess
that
I'm
make
just
what they did wrong, right or wrong? No. And I don't
I'm
know
just
the full
saying, like, I
story.
think when you like present things as a story instead of as something that happened, you're gonna run into the problem of like, like what Noah was just talking about, like the showrunners wanting something to be in there that didn't actually happen, or like
Well, yeah.
their take on it affecting the way that we think about it,
Yeah.
which like happens a lot in history anyway. But if I'm hearing about this story about these kids who killed their parents and like might have been sexually abused and all that, like that's horrible, and I feel like it's disrespectful to them, whether you feel any sympathy for them or not. I feel like it's disrespectful to other victims. Like, I feel like it's, should you believe in their innocence, disrespectful to the parents. Like, I just don't think reenacting it is like okay, personally.
It's very sensitive thing to do, especially since I was also looking at it, and it seems, and I don't know if I was looking at it real quickly because you asked like if there's any evidence to suggest they were in a sexual relationship, and from what I could tell, an article seemed to say that the show talking about it seemed to like encourage a reopening of that evidence that possibly existed. So that seems to be like an ex nihilo kind of thing, where like they're just making something out of nothing.
Which just like, yeah, that just seems fucked up to me. Like I think that's
Clearly,
kind of
not all the facts are on display, so it's hard to know for certain.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I just like I have a problem. I have a lot of problems, like you were talking about, with just like the murder, the real life, like true crime stuff.
I think you can make a documentary about stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
well, because I think like I watched the Ted Bundy tapes on Netflix, and I think those are interesting. They're informative, and they just tell you about like the people who were killed by Ted Bundy.
yeah. But
And like
as soon as you make like a drama series where you're following the
that's weird.
where the serial killer or whatever horrible person is the main character, you're following their actions. That's a bit strange.
because no matter what, you're gonna build some sort of sympathy with that
Oh,
character.
100%. Like even if like because there are shows that where the main character is just a bad person,
Like
right?
Breaking Bad.
Like I've been watching Breaking Bad. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was talking about. Walter White
He
is an
sucks.
awful person. By the
He
end,
sucks.
he starts off okay, and then he completely is a horrible human being. But there is some, at least I have like a slight, even small little bit of like, I care about this character because he's been around so long and he is the focus of the show.
Well, and,
right?
and even though Walter White is a bad person and makes bad decisions, we still see his humanity and we still see him as a person.
Yes.
Which is going to happen to anyone, assuming it's well written. I guess is going to happen to any main character. And like I think Walter White's specifically written in a way to like have that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're supposed to feel like it's conflicting, but then I also feel like, how can you make an engaging story about Jeffrey Dahmer killing people without making you like supporting Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah,
like rooting
because
for him.
that's all like you have to, like when you create a story, you have to show nuance.
Yeah, and like and it's just I've heard people say that something like Dexter is comparable, and I just think that's a horrible argument because Dexter was not a real person.
Yeah.
No real people were killed. Like all of it might be based off of real things, but it's not real.
It's completely different.
It is completely different. I mean, the character, right? It's a character. If people don't know who Dexter is basically like a kid who was diagnosed with was it sociopath or
I think he's a psychopath technically.
Okay,
he might be a sociopath. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter.
He was like diagnosed with this at a very young age, and so they made his outlet killing people, but supposedly bad people.
So he was like taught his whole thing is that he's a police detective, but he's also a serial killer. But he only kills other killers is like his whole thing. So he like only kills because he has like a lust for murder, but he knows that like he can't just kill whoever he wants because I think his dad was a cop as well. Like his adopted dad or something. I don't remember the background of it super well. But I guess my point is that like making a serial killer the main character in that is just different. Like it's not the same than making actual literal Jeffrey Dahmer who killed
with
children.
Real victims.
Yeah.
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 I'm trying to think of like other examples of like reenactments that like.
I feel like the only reenactments that have ever been like okay, and even sometimes they still don't feel okay, is like I don't know if you guys have seen Forensic Files, but they also have like mini reenactments, but they also were never like that comprehensive.
They're also like objective.
Yeah, that
a
too.
lot of the time.
So like sometimes it still feels a little weird to have people like playing this out, but like they were always very short, very objective, and like you're never like following a character. Like it's just something that happens.
It's like almost like a skit, but like with no comedy. It's just like
a representation of what happened.
Mm-hmm. Not some sort of dramatization of it.
Yeah,
and I think that, and I've heard the Menendez brothers show.
They also like to romanticize it as well. They don't just make it dramatized. Sometimes they also like, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is a lot of the problem people had with like we were talking about earlier, the Dahmer show. because you cast like an attractive actor as this murderer, and people are like, "Who cares about what they've done?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a very like.
Yeah, but
strange-
people do that anyway, even without a show. I guess
Oh,
is
yeah.
their
It's
argument.
true.
Like with the Nightcrawler guy, I forget what his actual name is.
That dude
but
is not a
Richard
handsome fella.
Ramirez. Richard Ramirez.
yeah,
is
Richard
ugly.
Ramirez. A lot
He's
of
a
women just
scary-looking
romanticized him anyway,
motherfucker.
without
A lot
any
of women were into Ted Bundy,
show.
Yeah.
Which is also confusing sometimes. But
but at least then, like, there's not many like platforms that were actually like, yeah, Ted Bundy. It was just like people who like most likely have mental problems that were like, I'm in love with you.
that reminds me of the Instagram page called Mugshotties.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mugshotties is very entertaining.
Doesn't I'm not gonna say his name, but don't we have a friend that doesn't he follow that account?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Henley follows them.
I knew Matthew was gonna do that.
Matthew was gonna go
I knew
for it.
Matthew was gonna do
I
that.
mean, like honestly, what is he gonna do? Yeah, he lives
Yeah,
at
he's the-
40502 North.
Wait, is that actually his address?
No.
Right now?
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna do the Breaking Bad.
I also
for a
thought
think he
second.
was going for it.
I was
he-
going for
He
that.
said
I
Yeah.
funny
fucked it up.
numbers though.
Yeah. So wait, what are the numbers again?
Isn't it 402 Nagora Aurora Lane?
Oh,
I think
Negro.
it's 402.
I just
Yeah, I
just
always
saw
feel weird
this.
saying the street name itself, so I'm just not gonna say it.
Oh,
It's too close.
It's Spanish. What?
It's too close.
What? Do you,
It's not even the same word at all.
it's not at all.
Too close.
Walter address. It is. That's the real address. 308 Negra Arroyo Lane.
Not even close to what I mean, it is kind of close to what I said, but like,
But it's actually
I knew it was-
3828 Piermont Drive.
Oh, fun.
Because
And
it's
that's
a real,
where,
real
and that's
building.
where there was a pizza on the roof.
Yeah, they throw
but-
pizzas on the roof, which is kind of strange.
Well, he throws like one pizza, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
huh?
Don't worry
He
about
throws
it.
a pizza,
He's mad at Skylar. and
gets
he's
stuck
like,
on
"Argh."
gets stuck on the roof, and it
Yeah.
wasn't meant to get stuck on the roof, but they rolled with it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I'm pretty sure it's there for like a few episodes.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
I'm almost done.
I
Cool.
never finished season 5
I think I have like 3 episodes left.
of season 5.
I like
Yeah.
when like shows have like a very like easy way to just solve the problem.
Mhm.
And
You
instead
like
of
that,
just
or
solving
just
the
sarcastic?
well, no, like there's like I don't know. I like watching these views on Instagram where like for example. This one doesn't make as much sense because it's not as easy, but like in Lord of the Rings, like the one where Gimli stands up at the table at like the table of the Fellowship and he gets out his axe and he just hits it, and then like it like shows like the animation of the Tower of Mordor falling down. I always find that one hilarious.
So what's your point?
Yeah,
I
what?
don't. Yeah, I don't.
I
You
want to
like
say
when
there's
there's-
one of those with like Breaking Bad, because doesn't he not have cancer?
Well, it goes
Uh,
into remission.
Yeah.
But, like
I
the whole
I
point
guess
is that
Breaking
like,
Bad's been out for a while. I don't want to spoil it too much.
I don't think
but-
it matters personally.
Um,
but the whole
he-
point is that he wants to be Heisenberg. Like he,
Well, yeah, I
yes.
know.
Well, he fantasizes about it. That's
yeah.
like he likes the power he feels when he puts on the hat and those sunglasses. Makes him
So,
feel
like-
like a bigger man.
Yeah, there's several situations where he could have just been done with it.
Oh,
I mean, in the first
so
episode
many.
of the show, someone offers to pay for his cancer treatment, and he says no.
Yep. No,
So-
he needed. I think originally
I wouldn't let anyone pay for my cancer treatment either.
he needed $737,000. That was it. And by the end, he is just so obsessed with money that he has millions of dollars. Like that, he just can't. First of all, he can't even use it because he can't launder that money enough. Like he can't. There's just too much to launder through a
gas
single
station.
car wash. But
Yeah.
so it's all about greed and like human nature and stuff. because he
True,
pretends
so
it's
true.
all like oh, I have to do this for my family. I want to leave something behind for them. But he has so many times where he's made enough, and he chooses to
to make more.
yes,
Yeah,
or just
which-
like he could be done, and he chooses to stick his neck out for a small chance of more money.
And like he drags Jesse back into it.
Oh,
so
poor
many
Jesse.
times.
Poor
But
Jesse.
I think this is enough for
That's a-
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, enough of Breaking
Breakdown.
Bad. I can
Yeah. It's a good
Let's
show.
maybe should we move on to the last point?
Yeah, we can.
Sure.
It's not. It's kind of silly, but this was my point because it's been something that I've been experiencing a lot. Nap time. Oh my God, naps.
I think
I-
I just want to point out that you were the one being like, "Man, I go to bed at 2 and I go to
Yeah.
class at 8.
And then
now
I
you're
take-
like, I
and-
need naps.
And then I take naps, so I'm okay. I never used to be able to take naps. It always took like either an all-nighter or small hours of sleep.
You're becoming like a dad. You know what I
And
mean?
now, oh my God,
They
I
brag about
amazing.
waking up at 6 a.m. and then they're passed out on the couch
at
at like
4
12.
p.m.
That's
Yeah,
my
that-
dad, dude. That's my dad.
I've been taking naps. I took I took a nap yesterday that was like an hour and a half before my class. It was so nice. I skipped lunch because I just wanted to sleep. It's just so nice.
What I think about naps is that there's a spectrum of naps, but you can only be on either extreme of the spectrum of naps, where it can either be a really fucking fantastic nap, and you wake up and you're like, that was the best thing that's ever happened to me, or you wake up covered in sweat.
yeah.
And you're like that, and you don't even know where you
Where
are.
am I?
That
and
one
you're
always
bored,
occurs
and
after
you're
school.
groggy, and you're like, where the fuck am I?
That was that was
is
my
the
nap.
worst thing.
That was my
and,
nap
and you
after
know
my-
what happens is you go to bed, it's light outside, you wake up and it's completely pitch dark in your
Yeah,
room.
and you're like, what day is it?
No, I had the where am I nap after I pulled an all-nighter, and I went to bed after my first class. I had 3.5 hours before my next one, right? I was like, I'll take a nap. I'm gonna take like a
Wakes up
40-minute
the
nap.
next day.
I'm gonna take a 40-minute nap. I'm gonna go get lunch with some people. It'll be fine. I wake up. My class was at 1:30. I wake up at 1:50 something. I went to bed at 10:40, and I woke up at 1:50. And I had an exam in that class that I could not make up if I missed. So I put on my bag, I get up, I run out the door, I see the people on my floor that I was meant to get lunch with. I'm like, sorry, slept through, I gotta make it to this test. And I leave, I run to class, I get there. My class of like usually 100 plus people, there's like 7 people in the room taking the test still. But I still have time. I sit down, I crank out that test in 10 minutes, I get up and leave, and I just
He
got
goes
my
back to sleep.
I go back to sleep. I got my score back on that test. I got 100% on that thing.
Damn. What class was that for?
It was for my geography class.
Oh. So you just like pointed
what,
at a map?
what was the geography you were being tested on?
It was like your social and human
Lebanon.
geography stuff.
Lebanon.
Lebanon? No.
Where's Lebanon? Where is
I-
Lebanon, Noah?
I
Let me
actually
give you a
don't
quiz
know.
right
The Middle East?
Isn't it in the Middle East somewhere?
now. Under what massive country
Nope.
is it under?
I'm pulling it up
I
now.
don't
I'm
know.
gonna test you.
Where is Lebanon?
Shut the fuck up. He's searching it up.
Where is it? Is the Middle East? I was correct.
No shit, dude.
Yeah.
Someone said no. Someone told me no when I said
Yeah,
that.
probably Matthew told you no.
No,
Oh,
what
it's under Syria.
yeah.
I remember
Wow.
I had to memorize that whole
Yeah, why didn't you
location
just
once.
think, because you know that they're fighting with Israel, so why didn't you just, like, north of Israel?
I don't know.
Iran was fighting with Israel right now.
Everyone's fighting.
Everyone's
I guess
fighting with
everyone's
Israel.
fighting with Israel.
They all want Israel out. They
Iran's
left
not
Israel
even,
out
not
of the
even
group
close
chat.
to Israel. I mean, like, it's close, but, like, it's not even bordering it.
Well, they're like actively fighting right now.
I know, but there's Jordan and Iraq between
Yeah,
them.
there's Iran. And Tehran.
I pulled
I
up
saw
the
this.
maps.
Okay, there's this. this is really random on the topic of Tehran, Iran. There's this video called SpongeBob in Tehran. It is like a short. It's like a short little SpongeBob, like parody, where SpongeBob has to journey to Tehran. It's an illegal Persian dub.
What
They
the
have to
fuck?
get the secret sauce recipe that Mr. Krabs needs.
that he left in Tehran.
Yeah, they have to told them to get. They had
What
to
do you
go
mean
to
he's
Tehran.
Tehran?
Tehran is the capital of Iran.
Oh, I see.
How original.
That
It
is
was
original.
just I thought about that because I saw a video, I saw that video and I laughed my ass off at that thing.
Huh.
Well, yeah.
Um,
Do you guys have
What we're
anything to
talking
say
about?
about naps?
Oh
Naps
yeah,
are cool.
I don't take them.
God, you should.
I love them, but
I take them when I need to. I've adopted, since being in college, I've adopted the energy drink.
Oh no.
You always drink energy. Why do you
Yeah,
always
this
say
was
that? Like it's a
always-
I'm
new
addicted to coffee now.
That's not true, actually. I did not always drink energy drinks all the time. Like, I drink.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
No, I didn't. I drank energy drinks like maybe once a week.
That is not
That
true.
is not
Doesn't-
not true.
That's cap.
No, it's not.
I feel like Matthew, you were like number 3 on the list of most energy drinks.
It was Henley and then Ryder.
Okay, hold on here. That's not even
no,
true.
it was Cody. Cody was number 1.
Oh,
Cody,
Cody
you
was
had Cody,
100%
you had
number
Hayden,
one.
you had Henley.
oh, then Matthew's fifth.
Okay, then
bro.
Matthew.
Because I put Ryder above me.
I would too.
Okay. All right. I don't know.
This
I
will
don't
get
drink
cut
any,
out.
so
This will
like,
get cut out.
will it?
I
No
think-
one knows who we're talking about.
Yeah,
It's
it's
all
not
right.
exactly an interesting
Why?
conversation to like hear if you don't know who they are.
Fair enough.
No, but I feel like you definitely drank energy drinks though.
Well, he might have drank them, but maybe
I
not.
don't.
Anyway.
I did not drink them
Back
as
to,
often as I
Anyway.
do
back
now.
to your point. Back to your point.
Anyway, I don't take that many naps anymore because I can't really.
Because it used to be
Um,
during high school, like Noah and I would be trying to get in touch with you, and then like
Matthew-
3
no, no,
hours
no.
later we get a text. Sorry, I was napping.
Matthew,
Yeah,
I
remember
literally,
that.
I remember one time I think I needed to be somewhere, and y'all called me up. I'm in bed. I like when I needed to be there, and y'all were like, "You need to be here," and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm on my way."
dude, I would walk into my physics class. I had it 4th period. Matthew had a TA for that class 3rd period, and I'd walk into Matthew waking up.
They call it the Matthew Special, folks. Back in high school, #1 napper. Shout out to 4th period English class because that was my nap class.
That was it. I
Dude,
can't
you
confirm.
slept in both?
Yeah, slept back to back,
You
3
slept
hours,
third
baby.
period
I was
and fourth
tired for the
period.
rest of the night.
Yeah, literally, I don't nap much. I haven't napped in a little bit because the last nap I took, I woke up in cold sweat
No.
and my shirt was like soaked and it was terrible. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I know that. That's how my naps always go.
And I
Oh.
was like, I don't want to do this right now. And so I haven't taken one in a while, but
I just
would
feel
like
like
to.
I'd rather just be tired and then get a full night's sleep.
well, it's also 'cause I've been drinking coffee and then also getting fuck tons of sleep.
God.
just getting fucked.
Yeah, getting fuck. Like I get like 10 to 12 hours of sleep a night.
You
You're
lucky
so cool.
bastard.
Yeah, you're
my,
so cool.
My average is 5.
Okay, you're a little special, Caden. Because
I
I
feel
think
like this is like a weird swap from high school. I feel.
Oh, yeah.
I
It
feel,
is.
I used to always get 8 hours of sleep, I would guarantee.
I
And
used to
now-
only get like 6 hours of sleep.
Because
Oh
Noah
my
would go to
God.
bed at like 12:30 or 1 and then be out the door at like at like
At
6.
5:30.
dude,
No,
I
wait,
remember
no,
me
wait,
and
what am I
Noah,
talking about? 6,
me and
6:30,
Noah and like Will was like the group I remember doing this a lot with. We would play really late. We would be playing Fortnite really late at night. And
Yeah.
these guys
Yeah.
had like early bird band or whatever.
Yeah, we had jazz bands. That's
And
7
Noah
in the
lived like
morning.
30 minutes outside of town. And I was like, what is this kid gonna do?
Yeah, I
Go
mean, I
to
lived across the
sleep.
street, so it worked for me.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. I'm so glad those days are over. I don't think I could go back
wow.
either.
Okay, you're so glad your gaming sessions with Matthew and
No,
I are
I
over?
mean those days where I had to wake up at fucking
Wow.
5:30 in the morning after gaming until
You
midnight
hear that,
or
Matthew?
1.
You hear that, Matthew? He's so happy
No,
those days
because
are over.
now I get to game late with my boys and then not sacrifice sleep over it.
God, I love playing touch guys now.
Oh God.
Um,
Please clarify, because I don't think we've ever clarified that.
So
Matthew
touch
calls-
guys is basically Fall Guys.
It's not
It is
basically,
Fall
it
Guys.
is.
it's not basically Fall Guys. It is Fall
It's
Guys.
basically Fall Guys, but instead of following, you're touching.
What do you-
You're not
Alright.
funny. You're not
Yeah, no.
funny.
Yeah. I think if I went back to like the original sleep schedule I had in high school, I would literally die.
Yeah,
I
I
couldn't
think
go
I'd be
back.
doing great.
I couldn't go back.
I feel like college is definitely a big change from high school,
Well, yeah.
and I
Hands
would
down.
never want to go back to fucking high school. Let's say
Well, dude, today's Friday. I mean, way to date it, but
I have one
they've
class on
got-
Fridays.
I only have 2 classes, and every night down at Waikiki they have
It's a
fireworks,
lab.
so I go down. So, like, I would never do
was
that.
I was supposed to have an audition to join a music group today,
Ooh.
but I'm sick. So I don't know what I'll do about that. It's a bucket beats group. It's pretty cool. Like a bunch of drummers play on buckets, and then there's dancers.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Belly dancers.
not quite, but
Yeah, like
But,
Arabian belly dancers.
I should probably
Uh-huh.
text the guy for that and be like, "Hey, I'm
That is-
sick."
Okay.
Maybe this is my sign that I'll just do it next year. I haven't signed up for like, any clubs or anything.
I'm a brewing club.
I'm
I-
sad.
so-
I missed,
so
my,
you
I
keep-
missed my movie club meeting yesterday.
Well, it's just like I have 10 hours of rehearsal for band every week, and like every fucking club wants to meet at Thursdays at 7, and I can't. I have rehearsal. Like I can't be there. So yeah, that's my life.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
brothers
boys,
and
do
sisters.
we have anything else to say?
Matthew looks like he just found out he won the lottery or
Yeah,
something.
that's really- he looks
He
really
he's about to,
giddy
like,
right now.
just tear my pants open.
What?
Look at the devious look on his face, dude. He looks like
It's because he
Saw.
knows
I-
that we're playing For Honor after this, so he's
Oh.
just so excited.
He looks like Saw from fucking Jigsaw right now, or Jigsaw
it's-
from Saw.
no,
he
it's
looks like Saw from Jigsaw.
I
it's-
bet the other way around.
His name's Billy, I think.
Yeah, well, that's Billy the puppet, but
Yeah.
and then there's
the guy.
Jigsaw himself.
What?
Yeah, like
I
John Kramer.
thought he had the pig mask.
No, the pig has the pig mask, bro.
What the fuck?
I feel like Noah's staring into my soul here. I mean, like, look at
No, so John
Dude.
Kramer himself is Jigsaw.
Yeah,
he
and
makes
pig
all the
mask.
traps. No, Pig Mask is Amanda, and that's just one of his disciples.
Amanda?
And then after he dies, Amanda is still. I guess she kind of becomes Jigsaw, but she's still just the pig.
What?
Then she gets replaced by the Hoffmanator. So
Like David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
no, different.
Just
different
like
Hoffman.
David Hasselhoff, star of the
he flies a
SpongeBob
car, he gets a
SquarePants
flying
movie.
car, and he travels the world. Yes.
No,
I was
he-
watching a movie the other day, and David Hasselhoff just randomly showed up, and I thought
Was it
that
the
was the
SpongeBob
best
movie?
thing
Was it
ever.
SpongeBob
No,
movie?
no.
Oh, I was about to say.
Euro
I was about to say.
Trip.
Yeah, I
That
know
was
that
Euro
movie. It's called the
Trip. Okay,
SpongeBob movie.
I refuse
All
to believe
right. Well, guys,
Kid
Okay,
wants to
guys.
believe.
I am so
Guys.
hungry. I need to go get food.
Bro, womp
Okay.
womp.
On
What?
that note, we're going to leave
Noah
this
watched Euro
episode.
Trip. He gave it 3.5 stars out of
And
5.
remember, folks,
What do I have to remember?
junk it out.
No!